Hello, everybody. I'd like to talk to you today about home inspections. And what does that mean? Well, we all know what that means, but what does that mean in today's market? So, in today's market, home inspections have taken on a little bit of a different meaning in the last couple of years since the pandemic. Every buyer is they have the right to home inspect any property that they're buying, whether it's a foreclosure, a short sale, which we don't see too many of these days, but or just a regular conventional type purchase. If you are putting an offer in on a property that has multiple offers and you want to waive home inspections, except for the big stuff. But I've had people waive all home inspections. I don't always recommend it, but if you are waiving home inspections except for mechanical, environmental, if there's any structural issues, you can have a home inspection and do the full home inspection. But in today's market, because it's so competitive, you will find, and this is good for the sellers to listen to this, you will find as a buyer that you are considering or thinking about waiving home inspections except for the big areas like I had just mentioned. So let's say you go through a home inspection, you're waiving everything except for those items, and there's a broken window, or there's hardwood floor that has a stain on it, or the toilet bowl handle doesn't work that well, or there's a leaky faucet. Those are, well, taking back the leaky faucet, but yeah, the leaky faucet or the dishwasher doesn't work the way that it should. These are all items that when you're waiving home inspections, except for the big things, like I said, the mechanical, the environmental, if there's an underground oil tank, if there's a septic issue, safety, and structural. All those other things, cosmetic, easy fixes, those are things that you've waived when you put your offer in. Not everybody does that, but when you are really trying to get your offer looked at and considered, and there's 10 other offers on the table, you want your offer to stand out. And if you know that the house is in really good condition, and you'll know as a buyer, I mean, I could go on and on, but as a buyer, you've probably looked at 20, 30 properties already. And so, you know, when you walk into a home and everything is really well maintained and you could just see it, typically what that means is the seller takes care of the big stuff too. So you could bring your contractor in when you're going to look at going to look at a property. We actually had somebody do that with one of my listings. They came back a second time with a contractor, and they put an offer in, and they waived everything except for the big stuff. They waived everything except for this the environmental, and the septic needed to be replaced. So if you have somebody that you know that really knows how to build homes and they're contractors, then they can go with you and they could say, this is, a great house. The cosmetic stuff, don't worry about that. Let's just, go look at the big stuff. So you'll see as a seller, when you list your home, and if you price it right, you're going to get multiple offers. In this market, I mean, I talked about absorption rate the other day. The absorption rate in all the towns in northern New Jersey, really everywhere, is just so low. It's a seller's market still. So think about that as a buyer. What how much do you really want this house? You're not gonna waive, if the roof is at the end of its life, you're certainly not going to waive that inspection, or if the AC doesn't work, or if there's some real serious structural issues. I would never tell my buyer to move forward with something like that unless they know how to fix it, unless they are contractors themselves, they have family members that take a look at it and say, this is an easy fix, we could fix it. But if you don't have somebody like that in your life, I would never tell my buyers to waive any of that. But I do, when I'm working with buyers, when my team is working with buyers, we do say, let's look at the big stuff. Let's not look at the cosmetic stuff, because really that could cost you that sale. And if you love the house enough to put an offer in on it, you don't want that to happen. So as buyers, think about home inspections. And I'll be talking again in another video about the home inspection process and what happens and what takes place. But if you're working with an agent right now and you've looked at a ton of homes and your offer hasn't been accepted yet, that's something to think about. Something to think about. If the house is a good, solid house, you may want to consider that. But again, do not waive environmental, do not waive structural, do not waive mechanical or big safety issues. So anyway, I hope this helped. If you have any questions, you are always more than welcome to give me a call, text me, private message me, whatever it is that you want. I'm always here. Okay. And if I'm not, I will get back to you. Bye now. Have a great day.